Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the ATL, once the terminus of the Western and Atlantic Railroad, where the sound of that train horn can still be heard inside the magnificent Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-1 as opposed to the 2-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Falcons, first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. Able to elude 1 tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage. This defense for the Cowboys, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
It's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Here's Ethan Evans now. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, and we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Pulled in at the 24. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now here comes the Dallas defense as they work their way back onto the field. They did their job last go-around, forced the punt, hoping for more of that here.
They got off the field. That's exactly what they wanted to accomplish. Get off the field, turn the ball over to their offense, and kick back and enjoy a little bit of water and rest before they have to go back out there again.
Back out there now, hoping to hurry up and get more water and rest. The numbers in last week's bowl game for Robinson. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
That's complete to Mooney. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You look at this Cowboy defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
19-yard line.
To the air, Penix. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
He's got his target. That's complete. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Robinson, touchdown, Falcons.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. 2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he's got this down to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On first down, it's Blue. Well, this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession, as they've got it as we resume action. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
And now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
First and 10.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a 1st down.
And looking to throw, Penix. whistle brings up fourth. Ethan Evans on now to punt. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now here come the Cowboys. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. On play action, they'll throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. The Cowboys hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 30. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And he fires one incomplete. George Pickens, his intended receiver there. And now it's 2nd down.
Jesse Bates on the recovery.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Drops it to Blue, complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held him to an okay game.
So on 4th down, out is Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Operating from the gun, Penix. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down.
16 yards.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a shotgun handoff, Blue. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Now a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Firing, puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Falcons grab it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches throughout this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 18. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll look to throw again. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cowboys are able to stretch out their lead. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
For the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Atlanta regains possession of the football. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing. Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
They'll throw with Penix. That's complete to Wicks. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Looking to throw Penix. And incomplete on the deep ball. That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up. They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Now Penix. Now he's going to step up and run. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And that is no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead. Yeah, it's been a disappointing first half for them, all things considered. And this can serve as the capper. It's a missed field goal in the late going, and that's only going to serve to lessen the mood even further. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando. And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff ready to go. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half? I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. Here's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
The pass complete to number 87. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. That is caught. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Cowboys.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
10 yards to go.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He finds Pickens over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Cowboys first down. A gain of 16 yards.
From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 38. They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And they'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. First down, and they go right back to Blue. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
2nd and 4. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. George Pickens, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Looking to put a drive together. They'll go play action here with Penix. And complete to Drake London. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Penix. That is incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to third down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Penix working out of the gun here. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. And out now come the Cowboys. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. They go again with Blue. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Given 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here is 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Donovan Ezeraku in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And looking to throw, Penix. Under pressure, and they get to him again. Donovan Ezeraku in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both 1st and 2nd down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. To the air, Penix. Over the middle, caught by London. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Operating from the gun, Penix. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Micah Parsons. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
At the 46-yard line.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. No gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards.
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Looking to put a drive together. The drive starts with a run by Blue. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Here's a 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
A gain of 6. That's good for him.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
2nd down and 6 now from the 42. They go with Blue between the tackles. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Drops it to Blue, complete. Short completion, just 4 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
14 yards. And the Falcons, 1st down.
They'll throw with Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw, Penix. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Falcons' 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff up the middle. Jenkinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and making sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
4 receivers in the package. Here's 3rd and 7. They're going to find the open man. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Dallas.
Diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to get their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead is now 24. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will regular down a couple yards shy of the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Looking to put a drive together. They'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Falcons! Bijan Robinson, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Falcons are able to cut into that deficit.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll let Robinson try and run. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Able to hit his target long. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
First down, Dallas.
They hand it off. It's Blue. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And this offense on 3rd down today, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Cowboys first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 11-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. James Pierce just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Aubrey on for the Cowboys field goal. A 34-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Penix.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. They'll go for it. Here's Penix.
That's to his running back, complete. few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
2nd and 6. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So it's a win here for the Cowboys, and it was thanks in large part to the play of their second-year quarterback.
Yeah, he really threw the ball well, didn't he? Well over 300 yards passing.